Hey, race fans. Hey, glad you guys all come to see me today. Hey, I made a mistake on the last video. Bill Vukovich won back-to-back Indy 500s, and actually should have won 4, but that's racing. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, whatever you want to call it. It's just racing. But he won back-to-back, and he was on his way to win his 3rd in a row. He had about a 2-minute lead over Bob Zwart, and I'm pronouncing that wrong, I know. But anyhow, and when he wrecked, Bob took the lead, and it's a long story. But anyhow, it's a shame that happened. He would have been the first guy to ever win 3 in a row. But, God had a better idea, and me and Uncle Phil, we're going to go watch him when I get there. I know there's racetracks in heaven. It's got to be. Anyway, I ain't going to be happy there's a racetrack. Anyhow, I ain't going to play on a damn harp. Okay, so anyway, what I want to talk to you, and my Brett, I don't know what the heck, but anyhow, we don't worry about Brett. Anyhow, what I'm here to talk about is the Millionaire Daredevil. Yeah, the Millionaire Daredevil. That's what the press called him, And he domineered the wood tracks, buddy. And we'll get into that, okay? That wood tracks, man, that was a bloodbath. Oh, my God. And they raced motorcycles on them. And they raced bicycles, motorcycles, and race cars on a high bank wood track. Okay? I don't know what the degrees were, but it was definitely high banked. Okay? And I'll get into that later. But anyhow, Bob Boyer in 1915 is when he married into wealth, or not married, he was born into wealth, and his dad, I probably ain't gonna pronounce Borg adding machines, but that's probably but anyway, it was adding machines, I can say that. And they invented it, and his dad was the COE of the company, and they had money, okay? And Joe Boyer, he came into that. So anyhow, he got the racing bug in 1915. I don't know how it all came about. I don't know. But he hooked up with the Chevrolet brothers. Chevrolet brothers at the time were racers. And naturally, they didn't have tubs of money. And Boyer, he come along and he says, hey, I got money. And I like race cars. So I'm basically sponsored him, okay? And then for about 2 years, Boyer would take the car out. They was working right down there at Indy. Things were different. And they'd take the cars out to test them. And Boyer, he'd hop in her and make a few hot laps. And he really getting the racing bug. And, he's really getting it. He's enjoying this crap, okay? So anyway, he's out hot lapping. So he decides, man, I'm gonna race this thing. I'm gonna race it. So he I'm sure for what, I don't know. I don't think it was the Indy race, okay? But here, sorry about this. Where am I? Okay. While he was doing this, he was picking up rides off and on, and he was getting out there racing. I'm sorry about that. I kind of skipped that. While he was hot lapping, hey, some guy hop in it. You look pretty good hot lapping, and he'd go out and race, But it was with the Chevrolet brothers who he was getting the rides from. And before you know it, he's running their top cars, their best cars, the one they just built, the best cars they had. And so Boyer, he says, well, I'll tell you what, I'm not only financing all your research and development and everything, I'll give you $27,000 to race that car. Now, that'd be like today walking into a car owner and saying, here's $450,000 and I just want to race your car, okay? And he went out and he started racing. Now, he raced on the board tracks. Well, man, like I said earlier, that's a bloodbath. I mean, my God, it was terrible. And, I mean, it was terrible. And, of course, people back then, hey, he got in a race car, and what the hell, who gives a hoot? And they was paying, big money to watch some guy kill himself on a board track. And Wilbur Shaw won board tracks. All them Indy guys ran board tracks back then. And matter of fact, the guy that won the first Indy 500, I'll think of it in a minute. But anyhow, he designed a wood track down in Florida. He designed it. He was an engineer. He designed the track. And Wilbur Shaw on one deal, I don't know where the track was. The wood boards. And what they would do is they would take cardboard and they'd wrap their elbows and stuff up with cardboard to catch the splinters. Okay, I don't know what they did with their face. And I mean the splinters. I mean when that car in front of you is spinning these tires and splinters are flying, you're back there and you're catching them. Okay, and they take cardboard and wrap their arms and stuff, so you didn't get full of splinters. And then he was on this track, I don't know where it was at, it was all rotted out. It's a wood track, we're at the end of the wood thing. They finally quit doing it, finally. Thank God. Oh my God, I can't imagine going to one of those races. I just can't imagine it. But anyhow, I mean, it was bad. I mean, if you went over the wall and you was 30 feet in the air, well, guess what? You get a 30-foot drop. All right? Well, pretty hard to survive one of those, Plus, they go through the wall and the boards would go through the car. Jeez, oh, Pete, ridiculous. But anyways, on this wood track, and it's pretty well rotted out, and he's walking out on the grid, getting his car, and his foot went through the track. His foot went through the track. He climbed in it and raced anyway. And then in the corners, there was holes in the corners, boards missing. And so you had to adjust. They talk about dirt racing and all the adjustments you make. Well, just think about this. You got a board out up there someplace, and you better remember where it's at because they're going to rip your damn front end off the car at 100 miles an hour. And my God, can you imagine that? And worse than that, at this track, Wilbur said, local kids were underneath the track. And they was climbing up into the track, and they was sticking their heads through the holes. Can you imagine that? A kid sticking his head through the hole. It's unbelievable. It's unreal. I mean, come on. It was almost complete insanity. I mean, this board track thing and the motorcycles, my God, I don't know how many, I hate to even guess how many guys got killed on a board track. Man, this back in 1915, 1916 or something like that. And the thing is, you didn't have TV or anything. You go to the racetrack and let somebody kill themselves, I guess. Holy cow. And don't get me wrong, but Jesus, Katie Earnhardt gets killed, and my God, it was the end of the world to the NASCAR guys. Well, shit, back in 1915, they probably seen 10 drivers get killed. Okay? But things are changing, and actually for the better, okay? Drivers survive wrecks now. And the reason they survive wrecks is because, all the safety and everything that's went into it. And we kind of covered that. But, he paid $27,000, which would be $450,000. We're talking almost $500,000. And then he ran the championship scale for the Chevrolet brothers, or the trail. He ran it. And his first win on a board track was in Cincinnati. You know, they had a board track in Cincinnati, they went down in Florida, and I don't know where the other ones were. I haven't really studied the board track thing, because to me, it was insanity, okay? And the press called him the millionaire daredevil. That's what the press called him. He was the millionaire daredevil. You know, I mean, he was a millionaire, and he's out there, and of course, he's spending big bucks, as we just covered, to run. He was successful, and he could drive. He was a qualifier. He knew how to qualify. He sat on all kinds of poles, and if not, he was in the top 3. I mean, the guy could drive, man. He could drive, and he was fearless. I mean, you have to be nuts to do what these guys were doing, okay? But anyhow, I mean, it's unbelievable. But anyway, that's what they called him, the millionaire daredevil. And he was a big star on the board tracks. People came and emptied their pockets to sit in the seats to watch him. I mean, it's unbelievable. It is totally unbelievable. But one point is I want to make, Brett says this all the time, and he's right. He's right, okay? He's right. But where Brett, I think, is wrong is you don't just make every kid with money a spoiled brat and so on and so on. Yes, Brett's right. There is spoiled brats out there, okay? But you know what I've learned? Them spoiled brats, when they retire, quit driving, are not proud of what they done because they bought it. Okay? And they weren't that successful. Because you can't buy talent. Talent is a God-given thing. Okay? They just so happen to have the money. And they could buy the rides or whatever. And the thing is, I was down in Indianapolis during the split when these rich kids with checkbooks were getting in these cars. And I'm telling you what, it was scary. I'm telling you, man, Connie and I are sitting down in turn one during practice, and pretty soon I said to Connie, I said, I can't take this no more. Somebody's going to get killed down here. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're way over their heads. Okay? But then the guys that knew what they was doing come out there. Holy cow. I mean, I can't think of names right now. Arnie Leindyke was one, but there was others. Well, Tony Stewart, and there was others. I mean, these guys knew what they were doing. And these clowns that were out there with their checkbooks were messing things up. Because they were out there running hot laps or doing stuff, and here's this clown that don't know what the hell he's doing. And the funny thing about that, when that was all going on, that track changes all the time down there at Indy. Okay? Ed Cheevers, he says it's a living body. Okay? Because you can have a cloud down in turn 3 that screws that corner up, or you can have a crosswind exit in turn 2 that will push you to the wall, and it will change. And and during qualifying, they're just watching the sky, looking for a crowd cover to come over just to cool that track just a tick, so they can pick up a 10th. It's unbelievable. That track is unbelievable. Okay? It is. It's unreal. And Eddie Cheevers, I have to agree with him. Yeah, it's a living, I don't know what he called it. It changes all the time. Wind, sun, clouds. I mean, you're going down the front straightaway and you're looking at the flags to see which way the wind's going, if it shifted a little bit and you can get an idea what kind, and the windsock. So you can get an idea to make the adjustments. I won't say his name. There was 2 guys that did it, okay? I wasn't down there. But anyway, they made 32 adjustments on their weight jackers and stuff on a lap. They made over 32 adjustments inside their car to make it so they could get on the pole. That's unbelievable. Elio Castanevis and John darn it. But anyway, Gordon. I'm mad. Gordon's probably not right. But anyhow, not Jeff Gordon. He's another great guy. Okay, I mean this guy's this guy's something. I mean, he's unbelievable. He's done a lot for the sport, and I should know his name. But anyhow, I gotta go. Okay, I hate it, but I gotta go. We got shit going on. Connie's busy, and she's got all kinds of work for me. At least she's happy. You know, we've been doing real good at the gate. We got plenty of money, and she's paying all the bills and everything, and she's got all these jobs lined up that I have to do. Well, I don't have to do, but you know, she wants some jobs done, and I'm the one that gets them done. Or I tell somebody to do their job, which we don't have no problem at our speedway. Our guys do their job. All right? And but still, I got things I got to do and keep Connie happy. And she's a great woman. She's been through the hubs of hell with me, you know, doing crazy things. But anyway, the thing is, you know my motto. You know, you're walking down the street, whatever, say hi. It don't cost a damn thing. You know, when the waitress comes up, you tell her, man, you're walking a knockout, or you're working your ass off, or whatever. Because the thing is, especially right now, the people that are working, you know, they're supplying our services and stuff, and if it wasn't for them, we'd be up shit creek without a paddle. Okay? Not the duds sitting home pulling their pud and bitching and walking out, you know, and wanting the government to give them more money so they can sit on their ass and buy drugs or whatever the hell they do. I'm talking about the real Americans. Of course, you can be nice to the duds too. I mean, no big deal. I mean, it's no skin, it don't cost anything. So here's the thing. You know, make somebody's day. Just make somebody's day today. And you'll feel a lot better about yourself. And God loves it. See you next time.